Okay, I'm going to show you a relatively easy way to make graphs on the NCES.ed.gov site. In the Kids Zone, which this link should take you directly here, you're going to create a graph. And then, since for today's experiment, we're going to pick bar. And now I have all these tabs: design, data, labels, preview, and print and save. So I'm going to leave it with a bar. I'm going to make it vertical. I'm going to keep it rectangle. I am going to change the background color, and I'm going to make it a nice, kind of nice yellowy orange. Okay. I'll leave the grid color black. And so now I'm ready to update my choices. Next, I'm going to go to the data tab. The graph title is going to be what happens to gummy bears when soaked overnight. I'm going to use my testable question. That's the easiest thing to do. So if you're doing the airplanes or exploding bag, put in your testable question. For x-axis is the one that goes across the bottom. So I'm actually going to put type of liquid. This is where I'm going to put my IV. Okay, so type of liquid. And then DV will be length in centimeters or inches, depending on what you chose. So if I was doing airplanes, x-axis, read my IV. The airplane lab, that would be the type of plane, or the temperature of water if I was doing the exploding bag. Y-axis, if I'm doing the airplane, that's going to be how far the plane flies in whatever you measured in. Or for the exploding bag, that would be the time. Okay, so I have 3 items in my data set. Remember, if you're doing the paper airplane, you want to graph your averages. I'm going to change my bar color to blue. All right, so my first one, maybe I soaked the gummy bear in water, and it got to be 8 centimeters. I soaked the second one in coffee, and it was 6. And I soaked the last one in soda, and it was 5.5 centimeters. All right, so I'm going to update. So I can preview it already. And that's what it looks like right now. So I'm going to make sure I have my labels or what I want. I don't care about the font so much. I want to make sure it's readable. So if you do change the font, make sure we can read it. I'm going to make the font a little bit bigger on the labels, I think. Let's preview that and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So now that my graph is done, I can go to print or save. And I want to download. So when I download, I get the option of how I want to save it. I can save it PDF, SVG, PNG, JPEG. I'm going to pick one of them for the web pages, PNG or JPEG. And when I do that, I hit download. I can open this up, and then I can add it to photos. When I do that, I'll be able to go back and add it in to my OneNote.